So it is day one, we're here. We're at the courtyard in Cheltenham and we've got all this external cleaning to do. So you can see up above, we've got those canopies. We've got to get them nice and clean, get all that moss build-up gone and absolutely spotless. We need to clean the canopy up there. We need to clean the slabs on the bottom, all the copings all the way around the top there, and the slabs up there as well. We've got our work cut out. We've got 2 days to do it. 3 people today, 2 days tomorrow. Are we going to hit it in time? Let's have a look. And we're off to a flying start when our jet wash stops working. My bad. Oh, Scott! You just wanted to give me a heart attack this morning. Oh my God. Turns out that Scott just simply didn't put the fuel in the jet wash. He bought plenty, but he hadn't actually put it in. That was the last thing we needed. Anyway, after my mini heart attack, we made a good start cleaning the right side of the courtyard. And as you can see here, we've got Scott up on the canopies and myself and Ashley are working down below to get all the coping stones from around the walling and the base of the steps and around that side. If you've been watching, you'll know the courtyard. We've been given lots of hints and insights about what we're going to be doing here. And we are here today to clean all of these canopies and all the ground floor. We've got our work cut out for sure. Thankfully, everywhere is closed at the moment. We've got 1 or 2 that are going to be opening, but most of them are closed. We've got our work cut out. I think we can do it in 2 days. Scott doesn't. Scott's less confident than I am. Nice early start this morning. We're still waiting for the tower because the complicating factor is if you look down there, that's where we've got to stand to clean these canopies above us. And look at the build-up on these canopies as well. Look at all of that build-up there. All of that moss has got to come down. But we've got to be at the right angle to make sure we can reach all of that. So we need a tower to get us up so high so we can be at the right angle to reach all of the canopies. So it's supposed to be here in 15 minutes. Let's hope it is. We've got that till 4 o'clock and then we've got a lot else to do as well. But have a look at all of this moss build up. Look at all of that up there. The boys are already getting stuck in. We've got the pressure washer going. We're going to be doing the copings around the front at the moment because you'll see down through here, it is busy, busy, busy. It is a high street. I mean, you've got people that are still walking despite the fact we're jet washing. So we're going to have to get all of this done before it gets too busy in the day. So let's get stuck in.
What I'll do is I'll do it from that end.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
I'll do it from that end.
Yeah, that'll be cool. scaffolding towers here. So we're going to unload. We've just got to do a bit of manoeuvring with the vans so then we can move it around. Not bad for time, it's about 8:10. We're nearly done on that section, so it's really good timing to get it in. Fingers crossed we should be all good. But we're going to unload this tower, get it down here, get it set up, and then we're going to get up to the top canopies.
We talked more about scaffolding towers in a previous Behind the Cleans video. Click the link above to watch that if you haven't already. But to briefly recap for those that haven't seen it, access towers are required when you need to clean at height. You can't clean off of ladders these days. It's just not safe enough to do, especially on something like this. So you need a tower which is safe and secure to provide the right access. It is a little bit awkward, especially on a site like this, because we have nowhere to store it. So it has to be delivered on the day and also collected on the day as well.
So you can see Scott up behind me there, up on the tower, and he's got the jet wash, which is obviously not ideal in any way, shape or form. The plan was obviously to use the reach and wash on those top sections, but the brush and the pure water is just not taking it off. And because we're chemical free, we don't want to use hypo or chlorine, all of that sort of stuff. Not going to use it. So we're going to use a bit of pressure, just pure water still, to take it off. Makes life a little bit harder for us, a little bit more difficult, because we're going to have to do it twice. We'll jet wash it, then we'll have to brush it as well. So puts even more pressure on. So far we are at 9:20 and we've done back that front corner and that's it, but we've still got a little bit more to do on the actual canopies as well. So we've got our work cut out.
So our day was going well so far, but then little did we know it was about to take a drastic turn downhill. Stay tuned to later in the video to see what we'd have to face next.
So we have another slight difficulty and development. Now, as far as I'm concerned, or from my understanding, although we're looking into it, this isn't a protected bird. It is just a common sort of ringneck dove, which isn't protected here in the UK. But up there, you can just see that, and I'll put a bit of a picture in as well. That's nested. Obviously, we don't want to disturb it, but as you can see above, that is the worst section, and that's the bit we need to get to. But the tenants in this particular building here are adamant they don't want us to go near it. They're saying that it's protected, and they're also saying that we're going to call the police on us if we do go anywhere near it. So we're looking into it at the moment. We're speaking to a customer who is the landlord for the overall courtyard, and then we'll see whether or not we're going to be able to do that section. It might just be a case of we can't do that canopy section at the moment, but we'll see how that develops as well.
I didn't know this at the time, but I was about to be faced with one of the most difficult tenants I've ever had to face. Be sure to enjoy the rest of this relaxing pressure washing montage because it's about to get crazy.
So now it's time to crack on with the dome up there. I'm going to see if I can get to that without having the tower, we do also still have a bit of an issue with the tenant about the bird. So apparently the tenant is calling the police. We've researched it, we've been given the okay, or we've been instructed to continue by the customer. We've researched it, we've been given the okay, but yeah, this tenant's not very happy, so apparently she's calling the RSPB and she's calling the police. But we will just continue to be as sensitive as we can and do the best we can to avoid it, but we do need to get the job done. Customer's instructing it.
As you can see, I'm minding my own business, simply getting on with what the customer wanted done. Little breakage on the long pole here that I needed to get fixed, but I was about to get rudely interrupted. We'd already done our research here, I'll forewarn you of that. We've done our research, we were being insisted to continue by the customer, and we knew we were safe and okay to continue.
I'm just on the phone to them now, and they said that if you do go, it is a criminal offence, and if you do go ahead with it, then they'll send somebody down. And they've got all the company details, van details, they know everything. So they've asked us to speak to you again and say you need to put it off and come back when the bird's gone.
Right.
So the police will come down.
Then tell them to ring the landlord, because the landlord is giving me instructions.
You're the cleaning company. You're the one doing it. It's your company that's...
Right. Okay. Then tell the police to ring the company, but at the moment you're the only one telling me. Then tell them.
They will.
But we've got no issue.
It's terrible because there's going to be loads of footage of you everywhere moving.
We're not moving the bird.
You're going to be
We're not
blasting
moving.
right above it. It's ridiculous.
A bird's a bird. It's a common dove. It's not. We've researched it ourselves. It makes no difference. Well, we clearly have. All right. Whatever. Okay. Okay. Fine. Then tell them to come down. Tell them to come down and speak to me.
As soon as you get round there,
We're there, so tell them we're there. I'd rather they come now and stop wasting my time. We're there. We're gonna do it. 5 minutes. Which by the time we pull the trigger, the bird's gone.
yeah.
So tell them to come.
And you've just killed three eggs that are in there. Does it make you feel good, doesn't it?
This was obviously an awkward situation and we didn't want to have any confrontation. But what I was trying to explain is we'd already done our research. We had dug into the fact of whether or not the bird was okay. We'd spotted the bird the week before when we did our recce. So did the client, and both parties had done the research and spoken to the right parties. I'd asked her to obviously speak to the landlord, who had already confirmed we could continue, and I did ask on multiple occasions. This wasn't the first time that she'd approached us, but I asked on multiple occasions to actually speak to the police, but she would never actually pass them over.
Yeah, about that bird. She's like, you're killing 4 birds, rah, rah, rah. And I was like, I'm not killing anything. I said, how am I killing anything? The mother will fly away, then it will die, then the chicks will die. I said, how do you know how many eggs are in there in the first place?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've seen them. I said, so the mother's flown away before then, yeah? Well, yeah. I said, well, then why won't it come back this time?
Yeah.
I said, I've got no intention of killing anything.
The only time that
So we're over to this canopy side now. We're using just the brush, so might not get the best result that we were hoping for, but it's keeping little Birdie, wherever she is, right there. Keeping little Birdie healthy. And Scott's doing that as well.
And the bird is right here. We've ditched the jet wash so we can do it as quietly and calmly as possible. As you can see, Scott is just using the brush. You can even see that he's checking to make sure that the bird is all okay and not in any distress. So we've done it as quietly and calmly as we possibly can, and at that point the bird is still in her nest.
Birdie wise is literally still sat there quite happily in her nest. So hopefully if we keep doing it sensitively and quietly like that instead of using the jet wash, she'll stay there and it won't cause any harm anyway. And there's no need for anyone to threaten us. So Scott and Ashley are all done with the tower just in time because the lads have just turned up to pick that up. So that's good timing. All that top section is now done, right the way up and round to there. We've done this section down here. I'm just finishing off the steps. We're going to do this steps then, and then we're straight into the courtyard. It is now 3 o'clock. I think we've made up a lot of time. We're doing really well, but we just need to crack on, get a little bit more done, and break the back of the courtyard, the main courtyard, today, so Ashley and Scott have got a fighting chance for tomorrow. So we are most certainly on the home stretch now today. We've got Ashley and Scott down the bottom of there finishing off in the main courtyard, and then we are really going to be breaking the back of it. I've got to be honest, I didn't think we were going to get this far today, but we really have, and I'm over the moon with how the results are looking. Got a few bits to finish off tomorrow, but let's have a look round and see what we've achieved. So this was the worst section of the canopy, which was absolutely, it was just green. You couldn't see through it. It's not ideal, it's not perfect, but it is pretty damn good. And the guys will give it another jet wash off from underneath tomorrow. Little Birdie is still there, so that's quite nice as well. We didn't disturb her. She stayed there quite nicely, but she literally doesn't move a muscle. So you can literally see the difference as it goes round. And we've also done all of this. You can see where I've got to with that. We've jet washed all this off. And this was the worst part of the canopies. And look at the difference in that. Absolutely amazing. Looking really good. Guys are still hard at work. That is the worst corner in that corner. Canopies look good. Steps have been done as well. All looking good. Got a few weeds that we'll have to get out with the brush. You can see the difference all round here. But if we come this way, you've got the section that we haven't done, which is just here. So you can see the difference there. Absolutely smashing it. Really over the moon how much we got done today. Time now is 4:05. We're going to put in a little bit more time. We're going to put in a little bit extra. Break the back of it this afternoon. And then the guys are going to crack on with it tomorrow and finish off. Bringing that up all right, Scott. Done it, mate. Looking lovely. Do you think that's more powerful than Lance then? I didn't think it was, but I suppose the trouble is it's got 2 jets, isn't it? So it's going over it 4 times. And it'll be closer. Just take your time over that. Just hover over it a little bit. It's the same as that there, look. Just hover over. That's it. That's better. Alright?
Should we lance it or not? Again?
We'll probably just need to push it off a little bit, yeah. Try not to rush it too much. I know time's getting on, but she will be a bit awkward, I think, if it's not good enough. So there we have it. It is 5 o'clock bang on. The guys have said they're going to take a little bit longer and have a little bit more time there just so they can break the back of the downstairs, basically get the main courtyard finished, other than that very Sam's, which they're going to do in the morning. I would love to stay with them. I have had to bail because I've got to get home for my kids. So I am leaving them to it. It's almost pointless because 3 of us can't use the jet wash together anyway, and we've run out of water in the water tank, so one of us is at a loose end anyway, but that just sounds like all excuses. I don't really want to bail and leave them to it, but like I say, I've got to get home for the kids. They understand, or I think they understand. They might be slagging me off by now, but hopefully not. So they're going to crack on, they're going to get it done, and then they're back tomorrow to finish everything off. So I'll bring more of that back to you shortly. So Scott and Ashley are back on site on Tuesday morning. They're just doing a recce of this side of the courtyard. So they need to get all of this bit cleaned before the cafe on this side want to open. They've agreed to open at 10 a.m. instead of their usual 7 a.m. So they've got time to really get the outdoor area done and those canopies, the big dome on the top, and then they can carry on around the main building in the middle. We feel there's plenty of time, but let's see how the guys get on and how well they do. destroyed the brush.
It's not that, it's the dirt just going in between the gaps and it's just not brushing it away there.
It's more moving the water so you can see what he's doing as much as anything else.
But, yeah. The end of the Shopping Courtyard clean, as you can see up there. So these stairs are done. This part of the patio is all done, or whatever you want to call it, walkway. Glass was all done yesterday. This all was done yesterday. We've gone around, cleaned the windows as well. Obviously there's still stuff up there that we're just not physically able to get off, as well as what's happened during today and last night. So you have the courtyard. So this morning we've done from here onwards, up those stairs as well. Obviously done all the windows up here, windows there, done the windows around there, cleaned out the guttering system as well. We've managed to get on top of that dome part and clean that as best as possible as well. Gone around there, done that side, done around here. Obviously the windows here as well. Done this side, done all of this lot. Some of them are a bit too stainy to try and come out even with the lance, which was a bit of a shame. And around the front as well. And then touched up on little bits that we've missed yesterday.
Thank you very much for watching this video. We hope you've enjoyed it. The guys have done an excellent job and the customer is over the moon. Thankfully, the bird was not affected, so I do feel that it was a win all the way around. If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below, turn on that notification bell and let us know in the comments what you enjoyed and what you would like to see in the future. You can also jump over to our Behind the Cleans series, which shows you much more like this on a smaller scale and a regular basis. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you again soon.